Yo guys, it is James here, and today we're going to be doing something a little different, and that's because it's Monday. This video is going out on Monday, and on Mondays, I like to do something like a little more like random, not just like Call of Duty stuff, since that's Wednesdays and Fridays. So on Monday, it's a little more like random type video. And so today, instead of a Call of Duty video, I'm going to be explaining a story. This just happened like less than a week ago, really recently, and it's a pretty funny story that I thought you guys would enjoy and just kind of get like a laugh out of it. So it's a pretty funny story, so that is what we're going to be doing today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, you can subscribe down below if you guys are new. Stay updated on those Shadows of Evil tutorials coming out Wednesdays and Fridays. And yeah, so we're gonna start off this story basically where it starts, because that's where it makes sense. So kind of some sad news. I forget what day it was. It was either like last Sunday or last Monday. So about a week ago. One of my cats ran away. So I have two cats, and they're both like really shy and like skittish, and like they don't really like people. So one of them, got out, and basically how that happened is, I guess it was a Sunday because I have school on Monday. So basically, my dad and I, we were working on this like wood project, and so we have to bring this wood down into this basement. And the way we do it is, we have like small windows that are basically like on like not the ceiling, but like windows from like the wall that lead up to the ceiling. So like if up here is the ceiling, the window's like there, and like not to scale obviously, but like the window leads up to the ceiling, and then it just kind of like goes out into the into the outside world. And so because there's it's like a thick wall, like it's kind of like deep, so like it's like a foot, and then it's the actual window, and it's a pretty small window, and like the first inch of it's like dirt, since it the very bottom of the window is like still underground and stuff. So what we did is we would open up the window, slide the piece of wood down, and that's how we got into the basement. And so basically when we finished, we forgot to close the window, and most of the time we try to leave our basement door closed so the cats can't get down there, but this time we forgot, and we also left open the window. And so what our cat basically did is he jumped up on the window and then kind of like crawled out. So that's how he got out. So once we realized that he was out and he had escaped, basically we searched the perimeter of the house and looking all around, calling his name and stuff, seeing if he would just come back, or just if we could see him. And so we don't see him, and so the night passes, and we leave on the lights outside. We leave our garage door open and leave on that light just in case he wants to stay in the garage or something. And we also leave on our kitchen lights, I think. And so the next day comes around, and it actually rains that day. So I'm really worried that if he's outside and he got rained on, because the day after that it was really cold. So if he was wet and then it was really cold, he's gonna be freezing. So we left open our garage door. We left on our garage lights. We left on our kitchen lights. We left on our outside lights. And then I suggested, since he got out through the basement windows, I suggested that we leave the basement windows open, and we leave on the basement light. So if he finds his way back, he'll know how to get back in. So that's what we do. We leave open the basement windows and the garage door and all that stuff, and we do another search of the house. And so this is the second day, and again, no sign. So then we leave out some food on the garage step to get up into the house, just because he's hungry. So just see if he's still around near the house. So later that night, because we only check for him in the morning before I have to go to school, and at night after I get back from basketball. So at night we check if there's any food eaten, and there was. So we're okay, it's either a squirrel or it's him. you know. And so this is the third night that he's out where like we know he's still around and stuff. And so now it's like Wednesday, I think, and like, there's still no sign of him other than the food. Or the first time I left out the food was Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we did it again. And Wednesday morning, my dad, when he went downstairs, he looked out the window looking for him. He was actually on our front doorstep, like waiting for us to open up the door. And so my dad, turned the key and like started to open up the door. And as soon as he opens up the door, our cat just like jumps, like, Usain Bolt, like, I'm out of there, mister. And just like completely runs away. And we try to go out like just trying to find what direction he went, but we lose him. So we come back later that night. We check the food to see if he ate any food like while we were gone. No food eaten. So Wednesday we don't know if he's still around, but Tuesday we knew that he had eaten the food. So Wednesday night, we do the perimeter search. We leave on our basement lights. We leave the basement windows open. We leave our garage open. Leave those lights on. And then we also leave our kitchen lights on and also the outside lights. So Wednesday night, I'm going to bed pretty late. It's like 11 o'clock, I would say. I'm getting to bed at around 11. And the next day, I have a basketball game. So I got to wear, fancy clothes. Got to, be on my, top of the game. 100% on point, ready to go. And so basically, I go to bed like decently late because I have to get up at 6:30 for school. So, it's kind of late for like a school night. And, so I go to bed, like knowing, all right, I got to be ready for tomorrow and stuff. And at 1 in the morning, this is like the main part of the story. At 1 in the morning, I get woken up. And I'm a pretty light sleeper. Like, my dad says he is too. He's not, though. I'm a light sleeper. My dad is not. So basically, he says he is, though. So basically what happened was that 1 in the morning, 4 policemen not break into our house, but barge into our house, going, police, police, clearing our first floor, police, police, I wake up, and I'm groggy, I'm tired, it's 1 in the morning, and 2 hours of sleep, I'm like already, tired and stuff, and I look like how my room is positioned, my bed is up against my window and the wall, and my door is like on the opposite side. So my door was open, and right outside my door, a little more to the left, is the stairs. And so when you go down the stairs, there's like the ceiling of the stairs is the second floor, if that makes sense. And then like there's just like this little slanted down piece and like a small like mini like square section basically. And so I can see like the roof of the stairs basically from like my bed. And so my door was open, and I wake up and I see like all these spotlights on our roof just going like just swarming all around, and I hear police, and I like sit up and I'm like everybody has like those dreams where like your house is getting robbed or like there's somebody in your house. So I sit up and like, all right, like there's somebody in our house, like what, like what's the first thing I do? And the first time I heard like police, it sounded like my dad. Like I don't know what it was, like the voice or anything, but these guys like sounded huge, like their voices were deep, and like I can't even like imitate it, but like it sounded like my dad. I don't know how or why, but I was like, is that my dad? And then like I heard it again, police, and I was like no, I was like, there's no way like he's talking to somebody like that. And so I was like, okay, like what's going on? And then they started to come up the stairs, and my dad walks out of his room like in like a t-shirt and his underwear, and it's like, what's going on? Like, yeah, like all groggy and tired and everything. Like, it's 1 in the morning. Like, what do you expect? And they're like, police. And he's like, what? And like originally he thought it was like a family friend that we knew and stuff, just coming to like pick something up. And so he was like really confused at first. And then like once they were like police at him, like he was like, oh, okay, like, okay, like what do you want, type of thing. And they're like, sir, put on some pants and come downstairs. And so like we go downstairs and stuff, and there's 4 policemen just in our house, like like they've done like a search of our house and everything. And so apparently they were doing they were at a call up the street, and so they did a patrol of the street. And when they got to our house, which is like the last house on the cul-de-sac, we live on a cul-de-sac, And when they got to the last house, they saw that our garage door was open, our garage lights were on, and so they were like, okay, that's like suspicious for 1 in the morning. So then they did a perimeter search of our house, and so after that they saw, okay, kitchen lights are on, and the basement windows are open, and the basement light is on, which is like really weird. So they try to call us, no response, because it's 1 in the morning. We're not going to pick up the phone, especially the house phone. And so they're like, okay, I'm assuming they're like, okay, let's barge in. So they barge in our house. Police, 4 guys come into our house, and 2 more were outside, like waiting by like the police car. And so they come in, and basically like we got to fill out this like form and everything. We got to write down our name, like our phone numbers and everything, like really everything they already know and stuff. But like just fill out like normal like police report. And it was like just so funny, like having four policemen, like that's a ton of people to barge into your house at 1 in the morning. And like when I actually got back to bed, it was like 1:20, and I couldn't fall asleep for like a while. So I was fine the next day though and stuff. But like 4 policemen, like 6 total, like that's a lot of people just for like 2 people living in a house. Like that's crazy. So and the whole thing was just so funny. But so we fill out the report and everything, we go back to bed, and the punchline of this is what I've not said yet, is why they came to our house, and like why they barged into our house at 1 in the morning, and what caused them to do this. And like I said, because our cat was missing, we left our garage door open, we left that light on, we left the basement windows open, and we left on the basement lights. And so when they saw this, they thought that there was a burglar in our house, and that somebody was robbing our house, or something bad like that. So they came in like good policemen, like like complete thanks to them, like being safe and everything, like kind of like slept easier just knowing that they're there and stuff. And so so 4 policemen barged into our house at 1 in the morning, 2 more waiting outside, because we had lost our cat. We had lost our cat, and that caused 4 policemen to barge into our house at 1 in the morning. So funny. I told a couple of my friends at school about this, and they're cracking up, like, are you serious? Is this a dream? And like they're like making jokes like, why did you get arrested? It was so funny that 6 policemen were involved barging into our house at 1 in the morning just because our cat was lost. To end this story on good news, our cat came back a couple days ago, so he ended up being out for 5 days, which is a really long time, but he came back, which is good. And also, it snowed yesterday, which is like crazy. Like it's the middle of January, and it just snowed, which is like crazy. But anyway, guys, that is the story for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I thought it was just pretty funny that 6 policemen like were involved barging into our house at 1 in the morning because we had lost our cat. I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, please hit that thumbs up button. It means so much to me. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe down below. I do Wednesdays and Fridays Call of Duty content, and then on Mondays, not every Monday, but I try to do something on Mondays, just something random. I upload at 4 o'clock most of the time, hopefully. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay awesome and have an epic day. See you guys.